Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get started. For those that are going to be watching, just remember I send this video out on this group. If you want to have your blanket or some blocks, bottle of water, all that stuff's good. This is our stretch and strength, so we're not going crazy. But how do you guys feel after this is the fourth time? How are you guys feeling?
Good.
Feeling it?
Yeah. I've been using them during the week, so that's been nice too.
Alternate them. So, all right, well, let's get started. We are going to start in child's pose. So, child's pose on the floor. Like I said, I have my blanket here if I need it. Let's go ahead and get on all fours, and then just sit back into your heels. Be careful of those knees. Take the arms over the head and just stretch your back. So, you're feeling like your tailbone is going toward your feet. Your arms are stretched over, and just relax those elbows onto the mat. And here's where we're going to find our breath as far as working our breath with our yoga practice. Hopefully we've already found it because we're alive, but now we're going to take deeper breath. So we call this breath our Ujjayi breath. So I want you to take a nice deep inhale. Feel that air in your lungs fill up, and then exhale it out and open your mouth. And again, breathe through your nose. Take a deep inhale. Fill that lungs with air and exhale out through your mouth. And now this time, press the lips together and do the same thing. Inhale, keeping the lips pressed together. Exhale out. And you can kind of hear this or feel this air in the back of your throat, kind of like an ocean sound. That's your breath just circulating when your mouth is closed. And we keep this steady breath throughout called Ujjayi. And let's do 3 more deep breaths. And try to equalize that breath, keeping that inhale and that exhale together. Inhale, exhale. And then take your left arm, inhale, and let's just weave that left arm under the right underarm. Get a little gentle twist in here. Try to keep your hips straight. Take that full breath and exhale as you twist. And come back up. And other arm. Right arm goes under now. The left underarm. Feel that twist. Maybe you can get that right shoulder to the floor. Take your breath. Exhale it out. Just a nice gentle twist. And then slowly come back up onto your hands and knees. And just drop your hips to the right. You're on your knees. Just let the hip go to the side. Hold it with your hands. And then come back up and drop your left hip. So you're holding your weight with your hands as you're trying to just drop the hip down towards the floor. You're suspending so you're not touching the floor. One more time. Drop to the right. And then come up. And then drop to the left. Just feel that little hip stretch. And then come back. Now plant your feet under your hips, hands under your shoulders. And let's do some pat-pat. So we're going to drop our belly down, pull our shoulders back. Look about 12 inches head to the mat, on the mat. And your tailbone is high, but your belly button's towards the floor. And then exhale as if someone punched you in the stomach. Lift up, feel that back stretch. And then again, inhale, drop your belly down. And then curl your toes too if you'd like. And then belly button towards the spine, exhaling, push back. So if you think of what the English terms of these yoga poses are, cow, when you go into cow, the cow has the udders that drop down. Think about that. Just releasing that belly, and then the cat screeches back, going all the way up. And that might help you with imagery of getting deep into this pose. And then come back down in what we call called neutral spine. Now, in neutral spine, the back is flat, like a tabletop. Let your belly go. Now pull your belly in. Let your belly go. Now pull your belly in. Let your belly go. Now pull your belly in. These are isolation exercises for the belly. Now, keep that belly in and stretch the right leg back. Go ahead and just give me a nice hamstring stretch with that right leg. Pushing through the heel, feeling that stretch, and then lift that leg up. So now we're balancing on one leg, the left knee. And then when you're ready, release that left arm. So the right leg and left arm is off the floor. Find your breath, inhale. Exhale, flex that right foot. Keep that right leg long. Lift that belly, lift that core, and bring everything down. All right, here we go with the other side. So let the belly go, pull it in, isolate those stomach muscles, let the belly go, pull it in. You're really feeling that isolation, and pull it in, and this time lift the left, keep that belly in, transfer the weight to the left. Make sure you don't open that left hip, but keep the hip bone towards the floor. Pull that core in, and then reach the right arm over and find your balance. And hold the pose, but keep your breath moving. Flex that left foot, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, pull that core in nice and tight. And release everything. Good job. All right. Hands under, curl your toes. Let's just lift up. Take your knees off the floor for a couple of inches and then bring them back down. Can you keep your core tough the whole time? Remember, this is stretch and strengthen. This is the strength part. We're working at the arms, the shoulders, the core. Lift up. And bring it down. And lift up. And bring it down. Last time, lift up. And this time you're going to shoot your hips back into downward facing dog. Your hands are holding the weight. You're pushing your hips back. Your vision is going to your toes or your shins. And come up onto your tippy toes. Pull your core in. Push those hips back a little more. Make sure your head is in line with your shoulders and not dipped too deep or looking up. You want it right by the arms. And then roll those heels down. And it doesn't matter how much you roll it down. Wherever your flexibility is where we're going with this. Inhale. Exhale. Feel that breath. Inhale. Exhale. So an important thing here is holding that core in and not letting that belly just drop. So keep that core strong. This is your center. This is your what we call bandha. Your center bandha, which is your focus on keeping that strength in the center. And then let's just lift the right leg high. So as you lift the right leg high, I just want you to drop it back down and lift it back up. And drop it back down and lift it back up. One more time. Drop it back down and lift it back up and drop it down back to down dog. You should be feeling this a little in your shoulders. Find your breath. Inhale. Exhale. All right, other side. Right leg on the floor, lift the left. As you lift it up, feel that stretch in that left heel. Drop your left foot down and lift it back up. And keep that core in. Drop the left foot down and lift it up again. Drop the left foot down and lift it up again. Last time. Drop the left foot down. Keep that core in, lift it up again, and drop the left foot down and hold. All right, walk your feet in. As you walk your feet in, give your arms a break. Grab your elbows and bend your knees into a forward fold. Just release that shoulder pressure. Shake your head no. And just get a nice gentle forward fold. Bring your hands out in front of you. Push your fingertips into the floor maybe. If you can't reach the floor, try the knees. Just put them right above the knees, not on the knees. Lift up halfway and flatten that back. And then exhale, fold forward again. Bend the knees if you need to. If your hamstrings are super tight today, or you're just starting yoga and you're just working on those hamstrings, make sure you bend the knee slightly. And then grab the elbows one more time. And this time just roll up to standing. As we roll up to standing, shake everything out a little bit. Shake your legs out. We've already gotten some hamstring stretch, some core work. Let's bring our arms up and overhead. Tadasana, mountain pose, and we're in high mountain pose, so the arms are up. Feet are together. Look at your feet. And make sure you don't roll over out of the pinkies, but you really push into the big toes. Lift your toes off the floor. And then just plant them right back. And if you can get your heels and your big toes together. And then arms are up. Now, if your shoulders are tight, especially if you're doing a lot of computer work, just listen to those shoulders. If they feel tight, take a deep breath and exhale. Relax those shoulders. Your arms ideally should be straight. They don't have to be. If it hurts too much, then soften the elbows. And then stack your wrist over your shoulders over your hips over your heel, and feel nice and straight. Balance your weight between both feet. Feel your chest opening and your shoulders are relaxing. Feel that stretch. This is still a workout working all of these muscles. Palms together. You can fold over the thumbs. And then just start to side stretch to the right. So your arms are going over to the right and you're pushing your left hip to the left. And then come back up. Inhaling. Exhale, go to the left. So what makes yoga harder is holding poses longer than you're ready to do it. That's what we call your edge. So it might feel like, okay, I need to quit, but just listen to your breath and go as long as you can. And that's going to make the workout even more challenging if you like a challenging class. If you need to come up, and come all the way up. Now look at your hands. And the way we do a standing back bend, and I'm going to turn to the side, is we really follow our drishti with our hands. Just let your hands go back and let your drishti go with it, and your back's going to bend. Kind of let your hips go forward. You don't want to go too heavy into the lower back. You want to stay in the upper back. And then come all the way back up. And stand tall. Take your hands down to the floor again. Inhale, lift halfway up. Place your hands on the floor and step back now to high push-up. So now we're in a push-up position. Pull your core in. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, keep your elbows close to your side and go all the way down. And as you go down, flatten your feet. Take your hands by your shoulders and then push up now to baby cobra. So as you come up to baby cobra, relax the shoulders and just lift your head and shoulders off the floor. Keep your feet and then take your hands off the floor. Keep those elbows close by, tucking them close to the sides. And then put your hands back down, curl your toes. We're going to lift all the way back up. High push up. And then all the way back to downward facing dog. And breathe. So if your wrists start to get tired, just give them a break. You can always stretch them out. You can rest in child's pose. As we go along, you can rest in downward facing dog. Lift your right leg high. This time we're going to open that hip towards the right. We're going to bend that right knee, flex that right foot, and just twist your body to the right to feel everything going to the side and stretching. Maybe just rotate the right ankle one direction and then the other, waking up the ankles, the feet, and then come back to the mat and giant step that right foot forward. As you do, drop the left knee to the floor, sweep your arms up, sit up nice and tall, so your left knee is on the floor, right foot on the floor, and then just lunge. So this is a modified crescent pose lunge. If you want to take a little baby back bend in there, relax the shoulders, shoot your left hip forward, right hip back, and breathe. Every exhale takes you deeper into your pose. Think about that. Inhale. And exhale. And then come back up onto that left knee and bring your hands to namaste. So you're kind of just balancing on your left knee and right foot. And twist to the right, look over your right shoulder. Lunge again to that right knee and touch your left elbow. And just breathe and exhale right there, looking over your shoulder. Find your breath, inhale. slightly longer today. Just getting a little more strength training, a little more challenge. You can always come out when you want. And then take that left hand to the floor and just open up that right arm to the ceiling. So your left knee is on the floor, your right foot, and you're just twisting towards the ceiling. And come back down, place the hand, curl the left toe, step back to your down dog again. So at any time you step back to down dog, if you want to pedal out your feet, if you want to come back to the integrity of the pose, you come up onto your tippy toes, you push your hips back, you pull your core in, you roll your heels down. You don't want a big arch in the lower back, you want that core to be keeping that back straight. So if you pull your core in, it straightens the back and lift that left leg high. All right, we're going to open up to the left now. And go ahead and take your Dristi with you so that your body's kind of moving to the left and opening up. And wiggle that ankle again, rotating. And in the other direction, waking up your feet, your ankles. Very important if you get stiff feet. I do. And then step forward. As you step forward, drop to that right knee. My long career as a dancer and a runner, my feet talk to me all the time. So you have to keep those feet moving. Arms go up. Make your right knee on the floor, left foot. And here we go. Lift up, crescent pose, modified. That means the right knee's on the floor. Still in our warm up. So we're not going too much with off the knee yet. Let that stretch. Breathe it, open chest. And then come back up. Bring your hands to the heart. Sit up nice and tall. And twist to the left. You can feel the twist. And then lean into lunge. And when you lean into the lunge, now you're looking to hold your lunge. Find your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Now, if this feels tight, relax the shoulder, the left shoulder a little more. If your waist feels tight today, just breathe deep. Really feel that Ujjayi breath. Press the lips together. Inhale. Exhale. And bring the right hand down. Lift that left arm high. Feel that twist. Try to line the right shoulder with the left shoulder. One more breath. Make sure that big toe is in the left big toe is on the floor and step back to your downward dog. One more time. Just walk your feet out. Keep your Dristi at your ankles or your shins. And then walk your feet one more time to your hands. Come up on the fingertips, flatten your back. And exhale, forward fold. Drop your head. Take your hands under your feet. We call this gorilla pose. And just reverse stretch those wrists so they won't get too tired. And wiggle your toes on top of those wrists. Finding your breath. Just turn the music down a little bit, get too loud. And then release the wrist. Walk your feet together. Bend your knees. And just sit in a squat. Bring your hands to your knees. So when you're sitting into the squat, I want you to pull your core in. And just find something that's comfortable. I want you to listen to your knees now if they start to hurt. We're trying to engage the quad muscles here. Now, with your hands on your thighs, I just want you to lift up. You're kind of in this suspension. The back is flat. And then take your arms out to the side and hold for 4, 3, 2. Use the strength of those thighs. And now up over the head for 1, 2, 3, 4. This pose is chair pose, Utkatasana. And then stand all the way up and give your legs a break. Bring your hands to Namaste. Take a nice deep breath. Exhale. So when you need to take a break or you are resting your body from holding it or building it, just breathe deep. Inhale. Exhale. All right, arms go up. We're going to start our vinyasa flow. We're going to start with our arms up and over our head with an inhale, and then dive down to the floor, exhale. Inhale, lift halfway up, flatten that back, and step back to your plank pose. Take a breath, inhale. Exhale, bend your elbows, go all the way down. Right away, inhale, push up to your baby cobra. Exhale, lift up and back to downward dog. And breathe. And breathe. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, walk your feet towards your hands again. Lift halfway up. Exhale, fold forward. Make sure when you fold forward, you release that neck. You don't look up and keep that neck tight. Let it go. Top of the head towards the floor. Shift your weight to the balls of the feet. You'll feel a deep forward fold. And come all the way up. As you do, let's do another flow. Arms go up. And exhale, forward fold. Pull your core in. Inhale, lift halfway up. Step back to your plank or your high push-up. And then lower down. And then inhale, baby cobra. And curl your toes. Back up, downward dog. And breathe. So we're doing a full sun salutation. Find your breath in your downward dog. Engage those quad muscles. So don't just soften those knees and kind of halfway sit there. See if you can engage those quad muscles. And it will help keeping that hamstring nice and strong, protecting the knees. And then walk your feet towards your hands. Inhale, lift halfway up again. Exhale, fold forward. Let that neck go. And just roll up to standing. So when you roll up, if you need to bend your knees, that's fine. One more. Arms go up. Inhale. Exhale, take it down. Pull your core in, lift halfway up. Exhale, step back to your plank. Lower down, keep those elbows close by. This time, if you want to go higher than baby cobra into high cobra, push all the way up and straighten those arms. And if you're doing that, I want you to tuck your toes and walk your hips closer to your elbows and your wrists so you can get a fuller, deeper back bend. You don't want to do this, stay in low cobra. And curl your toes. All right, lift that right leg this time. We're going to take it one step deeper. Take that right foot towards between the hands and come up into full crescent. You're standing up now. You're not on the left knee. As you do, take your arms up and over your head and lunge. So think about the evenness of your hips here. You don't want your left hip way back or turned out. You want your left hip in line with your right. Lunge deep into that right knee. The left leg is straight. The arms are right over the head, just like when we were standing tall. And then look at your hands. See if you can find your balance. And just do a little baby back bend. Find that breath deep. Find that balance in your feet. And then come back up. Hands in namaste. All right, twist again to the right. We're doing the same thing we did to warm up. We're going a little deeper. Left elbow to that right knee. Open it up. Now use your strength of that back left leg. Push through that heel. Pull that core in. Twist deep. Take a breath. And now take the left hand to the floor. You're still off that left knee. Lift that right arm high. Breathe it out. Every inhale opens you up. Every exhale takes it deeper. All right, bring that right hand down. Open your right foot to a 45-degree angle and put those hands inside that right foot. And then I want you to, holding the weight with the hands, drop that left leg down and stretch. Bend that right knee. Keep it close to that right elbow. Just bend it with that foot open and get that stretch. Now, if you want to drop here, that's fine. Take your elbows down to the floor. You can also keep your left knee off the floor in this pose, lizard pose. It really depends on how tight your hip flexor is and how it feels today. Remember, yoga feels different every day you do it. While you get stronger, some days it's just tighter than others. And then come back up onto your hands and step back to your plank. As you step back to your plank, hold the plank for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1, lower down. Inhale, high cobra or baby cobra. Open that chest, curl your toes, downward dog. How's your hands doing, okay? Yep. Breath, inhale. Exhale, lift that left leg high. Open that left hip. Find that stretch. And breathe. And then giant step that left foot through. Keep that right knee off the floor. You need to figure out if your hips are straight or not. Put your hands on your waist. You can feel that. And then arms go back over the head. Lunge. So we're working on balance here. Core pulled in. You're holding your weight on that left ball of the foot and that right ball of the foot. Or left foot and right ball of the foot. Relax your shoulders. Straighten everything up. Feel that line between your fingertips, your shoulders, and your hips. And lunge. And maybe just take a little baby back bend by looking up at your hands and opening up your chest. When you're doing this back bend, I don't want you to shrug your shoulders. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Let the back do the work for you. Feel that sternum stretching. And then come back up. Bring your hands to your heart. And now twist to the left. When you're ready, aim that right elbow to the right left knee and open up. Now the powerhouse is also in that back leg. So even though that left knee is giving you a lot of strength, that right knee, as you can see, I just kind of, this is my bad knee too. Keep that stretch, push through that right heel. Find your breath, looking over that left shoulder. And right hand to the floor. If you have a bad knee like me, support yourself the best way you can. Or just skip this. If it hurts, you don't want to do it. Lift your left arm high. Twisted lunge. Keep that left arm high. Energy. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your hands down to the floor. Open that left foot. Now, if you want to drop to the knee, you can. Both hands on the floor. And just get into your open hip flexor. Find your breath. Inhale. Pull your core in. Either drop to the knee or don't. And go down to the elbows. And remember, one side might be a lot tighter than the other. That means you're probably using that other side that's looser or more often than this one that's tight. And my left is certainly tighter. Make sure you don't roll over to the pinky. Keep your weight in that big toe. And when you're ready, come back up. Just step back to your plank. So we're giving that core a little bit more work and the shoulders a little bit more work for forward. 3, 4, 2, and 1. Take it down slowly. And then baby cobra or high cobra. If you're used to doing yoga and you want to go to upward facing dog, that means you take your knees off the floor. Now you're holding your whole weight with your hands and the feet. And then come back this time and sit in child's pose. So let's just take a quick little break. Relax the body, shake the hips side to side. Give those arms a break, like the shoulders, elbows. And take 2 deep breaths. Listen to your knees. You can always put a blanket or a block under your hips. Your buttocks. And then slowly come back up. As you do, tuck your toes, lift high. And let's walk our feet towards our hands. Lift halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Shake your head no. And stand all the way up. And as you stand up, bring your hands into namaste. So let's just shake everything out. You should be feeling loosened. You should be getting a little winded, a little warm. Stand tall in Tadasana. Take your arms up. We're going to continue with our eagle pose. So we're going over a lot of the same poses that we've been doing so that you can get stronger with them. We're also going to add a few more. All right, so hands out to the side. Find your balance and just lift that right foot. Can you kick that right foot forward and bring it back? One more time. Can you kick that right foot forward and bring it back? Work that right thigh muscle. One more time. Kick that right foot forward and bring it back. Bring your arms up and over your head. Relax your shoulders. Cross that right leg over to the left and bend that left knee, setting up for eagle pose. So your body is straight forward. You're squatting. Your hips are even. And now take your right arm under your left, twist it around like a pretzel, and get into the pose. So a lot of times people take their elbows to their waist I want you to lift your elbows in line with your shoulders and let your body squat while your elbows lift up. Keep your drishti forward. Pull your core in and breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, relax those shoulders. Exhale. Can we do one more breath? Inhale. Exhale. All right, stand up and bring that right leg to the waist. You can put your leg down for a second if you need to. And then bring that right knee up. Bring your hands into namaste and find your balance again. And we're literally going to dive to the floor, catch our hands on the floor, and extend our right leg back. Take your time, catch your hands on, and lift that right leg. So this is forward fold split. Once you've caught your hands, I want you to go as deep as you can, drop your head, and I want you to lift your leg as high as you can. If you're turning out that hip, it's okay. Ideally, if you can keep that foot a little bit more parallel, it's better. Right now, I'm just wanting to stretch that leg. Inhale. Exhale. Some of you may be able to balance here. Like grab your left ankle with your left hand. And maybe some of you can even release it completely and find your balance. And then hands come forward again. Just step your right foot down. Bend your knees. And roll all the way to standing. Arms go up. And let's do the other side. Shake it out. So that left foot probably is feeling a little energy just because you've been standing on that left foot. All right, let's do the right. So we're going to take arms out to the side and shift our weight down to the right. Lift the knee. Find your balance. Pull your core in. Relax your shoulders. Kick your left foot out. And bring it back in. Kick your left foot out. Bring it back in. That's working that right muscle. Find your balance. Left foot. Kick it out. Bring it in. Arms go up. And then take that left foot around for eagle. Sit into your squat. Again, there's two versions. You can wrap that left leg around the back of the right foot, or you can just kickstand it. Whatever's good for you. Finding your balance. Left arm now under, and take it up. Relax your shoulders. So instead of digging the elbows down, lift them up. Lift them up. Relax the shoulders and pull your core in. Squeeze your inner thighs together and breathe. Keep your lips pressed together. And you breathe 3 deep breaths. One more. Sit as deep as you can, not past that leg. Stay right at your edge. If it starts to hurt, you come out. And then release everything. Arms go up. You can take your left foot down. Now lift it back up. Bring your hands into namaste. And then we're just going to dive down to the floor, catch the fingertips, lift that left leg, and forward fold. Forward fold split. You want to wiggle your ankle while the ankle's in the air. That's good. You do a little stretch from standing on it a little while ago. And then if you want to try to find your balance, grab your right ankle with your right hand. And keep your drishti at your big toe. And if you want to release and see if you can find your balance on one leg, pull your core in and make sure that core is working for you. And release. Bring it down slowly. Open your feet out wide now. Lift halfway up, maybe as wide as your mat. And forward fold. Grab your big toes. Lift halfway up again. Straighten your arms, straighten your back, pull your core in. Bend your elbows, exhale, forward fold. Shake your head no. When you're in forward fold here, instead of pushing your hips back and being on your heels, can you transfer your weight to the balls of your feet, almost as if you were lifting those heels off? Shake your head no. And then bring your hands back, walk your feet in, bend your knees, and stand tall. Arms go up. And come to heart center and breathe. Shake your legs out. We've got one more standing pose. This is a new pose. It's a great pose though. So this is balance, strength, and stretch. It's called awkward pose because that's exactly what it is. I'm going to say the sides so you can see the alignment for it. Open your feet out under your hips. Take your arms up and over your head and stand tall. So you're in mountain pose with your legs open. Now just bring your arms down, palms facing down, and reach forward, and then pull your arms back. Reach forward and pull your arms back. Now you're going to keep your arms back. From here, you're going to keep your drishti forward. You've got your shoulders back, palms facing down. Just roll to your tippy toes. Find your balance. So that alignment is going to help your balance as well. Pull that core in. Now all you're going to do is start to bend your knees on your tippy toes. Bend your knees. Watch your knees. How high can you get up on those tippy toes? Can you get up to the balls of the feet? Find your breath. Keep your drishti forward. Arms right where they are. Keep those heels high. Now can you go all the way back up to the tippy toes? And then bring everything down. Shake it out. Okay, one more time. Good job. Arms go up. Bring the arms down. Palms facing down. Pull your shoulders back. Pull your core in. Start to roll up on the tippy toes. Find your balance. And start to bend the knees. Knees are straight. Feet are parallel. Pull your core in, go down as low as you can. Your chest is high. Your back is straight. Heels are lifted for 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back up as slowly as you went down. See if you can find the tippy toes and not drop the heels yet. And drop everything. Shake your arms out. Sweep your arms up and over. And exhale, forward fold. As you go to your forward fold, step back, your left foot on the floor, and just walk your right foot in front of you into a lunge pose. Now drop the left knee down and flatten the left foot. And just come up and hold your right knee. So we're going to actually straighten this right foot. So find your balance on your left knee, and your right foot is extended, hands on the waist. So you can feel a little. Actually, if you need to tuck your left toe, you can, but I don't think you need to. I think you can keep it flat and might help. All right, arms go up and over. Take your core in, arms over the head. Just hold that for a second. Find your balance. And then forward fold into that right leg. Catch the floor. If you can't catch the floor, catch the leg. And stretch. Hold on to it. Inhale. Exhale. This is more of a stretch than a strength, but you certainly have to use that balance. Pulling that core in. All right, keeping the hands, I just want you to shift your weight into the right knee. Now, as you do, I want you to come up onto that right knee. And I want you to put your right elbow on your right knee. Can you grab that left foot? Maybe grab your left toe. Just stretch that left quad muscle. You don't have to come in far. Just feel that stretch. And breathe. We're aiming to keep our body forward. Inhale. Exhale. All right, arms come down. Step back to your plank pose. And hold. Now the next one we're going to do is called side plank. I want you to put your feet together. Go ahead and look at your feet. Put your feet together. Your legs are straight. I want you to roll to the right side and put your left hand on your waist. Now you're going to either stack your feet or giant step that left foot to the center and let the right leg stay on the floor. You're on the outside of that right foot and reach your left arm high. So the modification is keeping that left knee bent. If you want to go into full side plank, keep that leg straight and lift up towards the ceiling. Inhale. Make sure your right hand is directly under your right shoulder and pull your core in. So you're sending your hips to the left hips up and bring it down. All right, drop to your knees. Sit back to child's pose, give that right arm a break. Take 2 deep breaths. That right arm was getting the workout, give it a break. All right, come back up. This time we're going to step the left foot forward. And we're going to come up onto the right knee. Hands on the waist. Flatten the right foot. Extend that left leg legs straight. Hands on the hips, sit up nice and tall. Everything's in alignment. Arms over the head, forward pulled in. So you're kind of balancing that left foot so you can go into a forward fold on that right knee. Take your time and forward fold. Once you find your hands to the floor, a little more easier to guide. And go as deep as you want, stretching that hamstring muscle. If it's too much to flex it, just relax that foot and see if you can send the body towards the leg, but if you can keep that foot flexed, that's good. All right, come out of it, bend that left knee. Bring your hands back up to that left knee. Now you've got your right leg, right knee on the floor, left elbow on the left knee. Bend that right knee and touch your right foot and see if you can stretch that right quad muscle. Keeping the knee on the floor, stretch it. Make sure that left knee is right over the left foot. This might be easier or harder than the other side. Just listen to that muscle, don't go too far. Kind of lunging into that left as you're stretching. And slowly drop the foot down, bring the hands back to floor and step back to your plank again. All right, feet together, take a look. Shift your weight to the left side now and side plank, making sure that left arm is under the left shoulder, reach that right arm up. If you need to modify, step that right foot dead center between the arm and the foot and find your balance, open it up. Keep lifting that right hip. Inhale, pull your core in. Exhale, up your full side plank, lift up that hip for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your hands down. This time we're going to go all the way to the floor. And relax everything. Chin on the mat. Put your right cheek on the floor and just release everything. You're going to feel the arms relax. You're going to feel the lower back release. Take a few breaths. Now bring the chin to the mat and just walk your feet together. You can have some space between the feet, that's fine. Bend your right knee and see if you can grab your feet and then the other leg. You're going to grab both feet. We're going to do bow pose. So think of how a bow and arrow stretches when you pull it back. You're going to try to lift up, squeeze your shoulder blades together. And I want your neck not to be way up or way down, but again, imagine where the straight line of your spine is and keep your neck in line with that. Keep lifting up your knees, squeeze your shoulder blades. You might be rocking, that's okay because you're just breathing. One more breath. And bring everything down and change sides. If your face was on the right side, switch it to the left and let everything go. And breathe it out. Bring your feet together, chin on the mat. So we're going to alternate our back work. That was bow. Now we're going to do a modification of locust. Take your hands behind your back. This is called Shavasana, Shalavasana, sorry. All right, so I want you to push your fist towards your feet and lift your shoulders and head again off the floor and hold. Now squeeze those shoulder blades. Keep your feet on the floor. Get as high as you can. Your drishti is about 12 inches in front of you. And then lastly, lift your feet and hold. For 4, squeeze, feet together. 3, squeeze, lift. 2, and 1, bring everything down. And shake your hips side to side. So building your back strength goes parallel with building your core strength. They work together. Strong core, strong back. If you have strong back, you have strong core because you're engaging both. All right, one more time. You get to choose. Either you can do your bow pose or you can do locust, modified Shavasana. Whatever you like the best, do that. I'm going to do bow pose again, grabbing my feet, chin on the mat, inhale, and lift up. I'm going to open my knees a little wider this time, see if I can get up a little higher. I'm also going to grab my ankles to make it a little more difficult and flex my feet and hold. Squeeze your shoulders for 4, lift up. For 3, for 2, and for 1. Bring everything down and just relax. Breathe it out. Bring your hands to the mat. Lift your body up. Open your knees as wide as your mat now and go into child's pose. Let that body just sink deep. Keep it easy. Shift your hips side to side. And take 2 or 3 deep breaths here. And slowly come back out. As you come back out, let's just lift up into child's pose. Downward dog one more time. Out of child's pose, into down dog. Come on your tiptoes, stretch that back. Feel that core working. We're going to repeat what we did in the beginning, lifting that right leg up and bring it down. And you can touch the floor or not, you don't have to. Bring it up and down. It might be a whole lot easier now that your body is much more heated than it was. Lift it up and down. Pull your core in, lift it up. And then place that right foot down, and as you do, lift the left leg. Lift it up and bring it down. I'm actually balancing my foot off the floor. I'm not touching the floor, but you can bring your left foot down each time if you want. And your flexibility now and your muscles are just getting looser, so you might get higher with this than you were in the beginning and stronger. 2 more. Pull your core in, lift it up and down. Last one. I can't remember if that was the last one or not. Lift it up. And that is the last one. Go ahead and walk your feet now towards your hands. As soon as they get to the outside, bring your hands to your waist and lift halfway up, parallel feet. And then grab your big toes, lift your halfway up again, and exhale, fold forward. The legs are wide open now. Shift your hips, energize. Bring your hands to the center and turn your feet out. So your toes are off the mat, your heels are on the mat. And I want you to squat. Now, can you squat down? Keep your fingers on the floor. And drop your buttocks down and bring your hands into namaste. Sit up nice and tall. Pull your core in, stretching that inner thigh. If this is too hard, you can get on the balls of the feet and lift your heels and just find your balance. Again, listen to your knees. If you've got knee issues, you may not want to do this, okay? So if that's the case, you sit on the floor. If you can hold on to that stretch for 1 more breath, open your chest, and bring your right hand down, bring your left hand behind you, and find the floor. All right, as we find the floor, if you have blocks and want to use them, you can. If you don't, it's no big deal. Either way, we can do both. Come up onto your big toe. And I want you to pull your core in. Imagine you're balancing on the 6 bones and the 2 big toes. That's where you're balancing. Now lean back. Tuck the core in. Inhale, come back up. There's your inhale and exhale. So you're just waking up those core muscles. Inhale and exhale. So you're really pointing your toes because you're pushing into your big toe. Inhale and exhale. This time we're going to stay back. Now we're engaging all these core muscles now. Can you lift your toes off the floor? If you need to stay here holding on to your knees, do that. If not, release and breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Hold on to your pose. Inhale. Exhale. Good job. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your hands to namaste. Twist to the right. Keep your legs perfectly still and work your upper body. Bring it, inhale to the center. Exhale to the left. Inhale to the center. Exhale to the right. 1 breath, inhale to the center. Exhale to the left. And come back, knees, hands on the knees, and legs down. Let's cross your ankles now. Sit up nice and tall. Give that back sure you're stacking your shoulders over your hips. Bring your hands to namaste. I'm keeping it sideways so you can see my alignment. Lift your arms up and over. Take your right hand to the floor, side stretch. Take that left arm over your head. We're stretching your obliques now. Side muscles. Bend that elbow as deep as you can. And come back up. And the other side. Now the left hand to the floor. Take that right arm over. Keep bending that left elbow to get deep. And you want your sits bones to stay on the floor. So push into that right hip. Don't lift that hip off. And try to keep the right arm over the ear as much as possible. And come back up. Bring your hands back to namaste. Just roll your shoulders back. Under your legs, big toes again on the floor. All right, hands on the knees and stretch back. Now this time, as you do this, I want you to bring your chest forward. Pull your shoulder blades back. You can even go into the balls of the feet, not the big toes. Toes start to cramp, always push the balls of the feet in. And then this time I want you to suck your stomach in. Really work that abdominal, like pulling your belly button towards your spine. And come back up. Let the chest go forward as you take your shoulders back. And then the opposite. Your shoulders are coming forward and you're just really like somebody punched you really hard in the belly. And then one more time, bring it through, stretching that torso, stretching those muscles. So now we're stretching the abdominals, and now we're going to strengthen them. Come back up, and again, we'll lift your feet. You need to stay right here with your hands, that's fine, and bring your hands. Can you lift your arms up and hold for 4, 4, 3, 4, 2, 4, 1. Bring your hands into namaste. Now I'm going to have you drop your feet down, and take your hands right towards those feet. Hold on for 4. 4, 3. Keep your shoulders off the floor, your head off the floor. And come right back up and hold for 4. 4, 3. 4, 2. We've got one more in us. Hands in namaste. Drop down. Shoot your hands towards your feet for 4, 3, 2. And come back up and hold for 4, 3. Can you bring your arms up? 2. Cross your ankles and bring them in. Okay. Sit up tall, bring your arms up and over. Pull your core in and you're going to fold forward now. As you fold forward, release those stomach muscles. Maybe you can get your elbows to the floor. Drop your head. And breathe. And come back up. And I want you to tuck your left. I'm going to try this way now. I want you to tuck your left knee under and cross your right knee over. If this hurts, I want you to keep your left leg straight and just cross your right foot over. And we're going to do seated twist. So remember in the past when I've talked about this, if your right knee is up, that's the way you twist. So take your right arm high, twist, hold your left hand to your right knee and take it around. And again, you can bend this knee if that knee feels good to do it. You want to try to keep your right hip bone on the floor. Relax your right shoulder, pull your core in. So we're still working our core because we're working our obliques with this twist. Pull it in tight. We're also twisting and working our entire right side. One more breath. And come back center. As you do, unfold that left leg if you had it tucked. And I want you to take your right foot right over that left leg. Flex the foot. This is totally up to how deep you can go. This is a hip flexor stretch. Bring your arms up and over. Flex both feet in fact. And forward fold. As you forward fold, go down as deep as you can. Protect that left knee. Flex that right foot. Feel that stretch in your hip flexor. You take your right hand, if you feel like it, give it a little push down and feel that stretch more. Keep that left foot flexed up. And come back up. Good job. All right, straighten it out. Wiggle out your legs. Let's try the other side. So if you want to go into full seated twist, tuck the right leg under and bring the left leg over. So what you don't want is you don't want to be sitting like this with the hip high. not, keep your right leg straight. That might be easier. And sit up nice and tall. Little hip bones are straight. And then arms go up. The left knee, so we're twisting to the left. Right arm comes to that left knee. And keep the left arm around. Now pull your core in. You don't stop breathing. You still breathe full breaths, but you're pulling your muscles in as you twist. Looking over that left shoulder. Remember what I said in the beginning, your inhale preps, your exhale takes you deeper. So every breath you take might get you deeper in this twist. Can you pull your core in as you exhale out? And then come back around. And then straighten that right leg out, flex that left foot. One hip usually is tighter than the other. If this hip doesn't go down as easy, that's perfectly normal. Flex your foot. Sweep your arms up and over. Flex your right foot. Stand tall and forward fold. And again, as deep as you can go. You're going to feel this in the left hip flexor now. Keep that left foot flexed. Keep that right foot flexed. Your hips are straight and you're going into forward fold as deep as you can. Catch your hands on the floor if you need. Grab your ankle, whatever feels good for you. Keeping that core taut though, so don't let the belly push out. And you keep that core in and keep that back as straight as you can. And slowly come up. And as you do, unfold. And now I'm going to turn to the side. I want you to get both feet on the floor. And this is our L-shaped pose. So you're making an L. Arms go up and over. Flex those feet. I want you to feel length from the hip bones to the heels. Don't worry about the knees. The stretch is going to take care of itself. If you're thinking hip bone to heel. Pull your core in, arms over your head, and reach for those toes. Now make sure you're thinking hip bone to heel, and you go as deep as you can. Maybe this is as far as you can go like I'm going. You can take a nice deep inhale. Maybe you can go a little deeper. Now if this is almost impossible and you need to bend your knees, the great thing is, again, our focus is hip to heel, so the knees don't matter. You can bend those knees as long as you're stretching hip to heel. And maybe that will bring you closer with your chest to your legs. So any kind of modification that's good for you. You know your level of flexibility. You're going to try to stay in the safe edge of your flexibility. Which means you can give it a little, but you know when to stop. You don't want to injure, you just want to stretch. And then come back up slowly using your core. The reason we build our core is because we let our core bring our body up, not our back or our knees. And that's the wonderful thing. All right, bend your knees again. This time, hands on the knees, and you're just going to slowly roll down. And as you roll down, you're now on your back. Bring your feet into your hips, touch your heels, and lift your hips off the floor for bridge pose. So as you go into bridge pose, you're resting up on your shoulders. I want you to tuck your right shoulder under, your left shoulder under, and clasp your hands. And keep lifting up. Your knees are stacked over your ankles, and you're lifting your hips high, trying to create an arch. I used to tell my moms when I started teaching 20 years ago, and they all had little toddlers, I said, imagine a toddler crawling under your back. So keep lifting those hips high. Don't let those hips down. And breathe for 4. Push into your big toes. 2. 3. And 4. Release your hands and just roll down 1 vertebra at a time. And I want you to think of this as massage. Just let that back 1 vertebra at a time go down, and it feels so good. And release it. Now, this is our prep for wheel. And wheel is an advanced pose. If you have wheel in your practice, you're definitely should be doing it, and go ahead and do it next. If you don't, stay with me on the bridge. The same thing we just did. Inhale, lift up. Wheel is like a back bend on the hand. So those that know wheel will know what it is. And we'll get to that point at one point if you're not familiar with it. Right now, we want to keep the back strong and open and flex. Tuck your chin, lift your hips high. Tuck 1 shoulder at a time. Make sure you're parallel with the feet. Make sure you're pushing into the big toes. And breathe. Keep lifting those hips. So you're holding the pose, not your breath. Keep that breath steady. One more breath. And release the hands and bring everything down. As you release it down, push the small of your back into the floor and lift your knees off the floor. Grab your knees and pull them in. Open out your hips. And I want you to open your knees, flex your feet, and I want you to grab on the outsides of your feet and just hold that stretch. Take your feet towards the ceiling to happy baby and stretch. Keep that back really flat on the floor. So you've got a lot of space in between. Open your legs, bend your knees, and keep your back straight. All right, bring your knees back together, arms out to the side. Cross your right knee over your left in that eagle pose that we did before. And it's really easy to do here because you can really tuck your legs around without having to stand up on it. And then just drop your legs to the right and look over to the left. Now your left hip comes off the floor, but we're trying to keep the left shoulder on the floor. And come back up. Uncross everything. Go the other way. Squeeze those legs. Drop to the left. Look over the right shoulder. You can get the right hip off the floor, but keep the right shoulder on the floor. And come back up. And uncross everything. And this time bring your knees into your chest. And bring the soles of the feet together. Open your knees out wide. Grab your feet. Lift up for one final stretch. Bend your elbows. Use your biceps. Come up as high as you can. The small of the back pushing into the floor. And then I want you to just drop everything down. Let those feet go to the floor. Stretch one leg and then the other out. And now we're at what some people refer to as the best part of your practice, which is Shavasana. So let's go ahead and stretch out on the floor. And close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, open your palms up. Take a nice deep inhale and exhale it out. Now this is where you're just going to let go of all those muscles that we use. Whether we tell them for strength or stretch them, you're just going to let everything go. Relax your face. Relax your jaw, your eyelids. Let your feet fan open. If you can soften your breath a little bit. Not holding on to any muscles. Breath is getting softer. Slowly. Belly's relaxed. Legs and arms are heavy into the floor. Now we can visit this place again. Anytime you need a break, just relax and do your own meditation and Shavasana. Get all that tension and stress out of the body. Start to wiggle the toes. Let's bring it back. Stretch your arms over your head. Take a nice deep inhale. Point your toes and your hands away from each other. And exhale it out. Bring your knees to your chest one more time. Roll over to the right or the left. And let's sit. If you have that blanket nearby, you might want to sit on that for some elevation. The reason that we sit on blankets when we do our seated pose is it gets our hips higher than our knees, which is what we want. So you don't have to have a blanket, but in the future, if you want to add a blanket, it's kind of nice, a little more comfortable. And let's just align our spine again. Keep your eyes closed. And we're just going to meditate for like 15 or 20 seconds. Just quiet, stillness. Just listen to your breath. Think about breathing in and out. And bring your hands to namaste. Inhale one breath up. And exhale, arms come down. One more time, inhale up. Exhale, arms out to the side. Last time, inhale up. And the last one is a forward fold, and honor our practice. And bring your hands back. And that is our class today. So I hope you guys enjoyed it and had a great day. We will see you again next Thursday. How's everyone feel?
Just what I needed.